Bienvenidos. Soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special lunar full moon message. So, let's get started. What messages need to be shared with at this time? So we have a lunar eclipse in this full moon. Now, if you know anything about most Mexican traditions, some of the traditions that are being called during an eclipse to protect yourself is to wear red or red undergarments, to wear obsidian over your heart and over your belly button if you can, and if you are pregnant or trying to conceive, to wear a string of red around your belly. So the first things to come out in this shuffle is the Eight of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Devil. We have the Eight of Swords. We have Justice. And last but not least, we have the Four of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. We have Temperance. Oof, the Five of Swords. What is going on here, my friends? The Nine of Swords. The King of Cups. The Ace of Wands. And the Two of Swords. Now, you know, y'all just want to make me mad. There's one more at the bottom of the deck, but I'm going to wait to transcribe what I have so far. So we start off with the Eight of Wands. My dear friends, just I know things have been difficult for you, and this shows up. We have the Page of Swords, but I'm going to jump ahead because there's transitions that we need to go through. We have the Devil. You have some habits, some vices, or that you've been trying to overcome that have been holding you back, and the company that you keep seems to be bringing you back. And the reason why I know this is jumping backwards, we have the Page of Swords. You have a very difficult time using your voice, speaking up for yourself, or actually having people listen to what it is that you have to say. Either it's because they don't take what you say seriously, which poses a very, very difficult issue. And granted, now that we are in a Page of Swords, this is saying you are learning how to harness your voice, so don't give up. And we jump ahead to the Eight of Swords. Oh, so again, it's similar with the Eight of Wands. There's a lot of crossing. There's a lot of barriers here. There's a lot of difficulties. And if we jump ahead again, we see this with the 5 and the 9. A lot of blockages. There's a lot of blockages. And realistically, it's not saying that you're not meant to have what it is that you've been trying to manifest. And since we are in a full moon, you would think, I would say, now's the time for manifestation. But this is a very special full moon because there is a lunar eclipse. This is when you must be very cautious. If you have wronged anyone, whether you've intended to or not. Usually when a lunar eclipse is around, it is a time for retrospection. It is a time to go within and to really think about the things that you do. Have they caused harm to anybody? Have you made your amends where you've needed to, whether that's with yourself or with others? Have people that have wronged you made amends to you? And if they have not, how are you going to move forward? How are you going to work to accept that you may not get closure, or you may not get the apology that everyone knows you deserve? So we have justice. Now, especially with this lunar eclipse, justice, it is said that if you've wronged anyone, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, if amends had not been made, if you have not cleared the toxicity or negativity from that conflict, it is the reason why you wear red is to protect yourself from that. It's like karmic justice. And so it is strongly advised that you don't go out during a lunar eclipse. And if you must, wear as much red as possible. Wear obsidian over your heart, over your belly button, because they say that energy comes in and out of your belly button. So justice is here to remind you, you may have been wronged in the past, but just be cautious of how you may have wronged others. And reflect on that. It's a time to reflect. Lunar eclipses, being inside, it's that time to actually reflect on the way you move about the world. Many of the minds believe, that these energies, every move that you do, everything that you put out into the world, every action that you take isn't without consequence, whether the consequences are positive or negative. And so every action that they take is for the betterment of society for hundreds of years in the future. If there is any way that these actions might negatively impact the future generations in 500 years, they don't take that action. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I live in the now. You do, but it's that mindset that causes the conflicts that we have today. So how are you going to reflect on that? We have the Four of Pentacles. This is a coming out of, I don't want to say coming out of, it's finding that balance of resources, whether that's monetary, whether that's informational. There is a balance here. So things should be leveling out finance-wise. Now we have the King of Pentacles. Your mind has been on your money, and your money has been on your mind, which is understandable. Now, it is all followed by Temperance. Temperance is that reminder of patience. If you're working on securing your bag, maintaining that balance and increasing that wealth that you've been working towards, that you've been working to have, you just need to be patient. It's going to come to you. Don't rush the process. Be the turtle in the race, not the rabbit. Don't rush into it. You're going to blow through that money. Don't make any promises in regards to money just yet until it is actually physically in your hands. This is just a reminder here, again, that we have our conflicts. There's a lot of conflict here. But as I said before, we have the King of Cups. There's a lot of emotion that you've been working through. And honestly, you are on the right path of ascertaining this, because we have the Ace of Wands. There are things that you are passionate about that are assisting you in regards to balancing your emotions, whether that's because you found an outlet that assists you in easing your mind, whether it's helping you to bring that influx of money, whatever it is, there is this balance between the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Now, we come back to all this conflict here, and in regards to bad habits and the silence that we're learning to overcome, and not just swinging away all these swords and wands all willy-nilly. No, you're being calculated. But, and this is where I'm kind of like, child, why are we here again? Because I have the Two of Swords. I have this little tune in my head that's on repeat. This is say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. That is not to say what you want to say. Say what you need to say. There are things that you need to say without it being what you want to say. You can go and cuss someone up a storm, but that's not what you needed to say. Be very calculated in what it is that you're trying to say, especially during this time of the lunar eclipse. Think about the karmic justice that's actually floating around at this time. You will be dealing with something lovely. Again, this is a very, I don't want to say back and forth, but I want to say this is a very balanced reading because it is touching on things you need to have in growth and the reassurance that good things are coming your way. And this is simply reinforced by the Four of Wands. Four of Wands typically signifies celebration, coming together of a union, a sort of balance of you, as it were. And along with the Four of Pentacles, this is good signs. So there's something to celebrate. Now, we are also visited by the Queen of Cups. So you actually have two sovereigns in the same suit. A lot of emotion here. And we have the King of Swords. King of Swords, the badass SOB, the no bullshit king. Now, the no bullshit king, this is where this choice is coming in. Are you gonna fall into those bad habits that are gonna keep holding you back, that are gonna keep ascertaining these conflicts and difficulties, all these hindrances? If you maintain the bad habit that you know, and if you said there's no bad habit, guess again. These blockages, all these obstacles are due to a bad habit. Look at that smirk. There is a bad habit. If you don't know what your bad habit is, you need to figure it out, because you need to make the choice to stop doing that bad habit. And it has to do with the things that you say. Because you have a lot of swords here. You have a lot of wands. You are a very passionate individual that is trying to secure betterment. And this is not just financial betterment. There's a lot of emotional betterment in here. Your bag will be secured. But you have a lot of emotions here. Again, we have another one. The Queen of Pentacles. This is a lot of good things. However, this choice, and this is, oh God, there's so many messages coming through. The Tower is here right after, right? The Queen of Pentacles. You are going to be securing your bag. Now, the way that you communicate is really, you have to make the choice to not give into that bad habit. You really, really need to let that bad habit go, because the successes that you've been working so hard for are tied to making that choice of letting go of that bad habit, because you are in a state that you are brand new. You're working towards these things. Remember to be cautious of the way that you deliver your messages. That's why there's so many swords here. Yes, you have a lot of passion about things, and trust me, I get it. I've been there. I know what it's like, but there is a major change that is about to occur, that has been occurring. And the reason why it feels like you haven't found stable ground yet is because there hasn't been stable ground. It's kind of like the world is crumbling until you find that stability. But it's moving you towards what is stable. It's not falling out from underneath you, because yes, it is weak, but it's actually helping you run towards something that's strong. And the foundation is strong. The foundation is healthy. And all this is showing here. Now, again, this has a lot to do with emotion. We have the 10 of Cups, and this is an abundance of things. You have to sit and feel what you're feeling, because we have the world here. We have the world. And look at all the brightness. The world, this is you. This is you. And everything is coming to you. Everything is coming to you. But you need to make that choice. If you want all this abundance, if you want this to be part of your world, you need to make that choice. To be mindful of the things that you say. To choose of letting go of the things you want to say versus the things you need to say. And this is tied because now following, we have the 2 of Cups. Similarly, this is tied with emotions. Your emotions and the things that you need to say. You have to be able to regulate your emotions to say what you need to say and not what you want to say. And you will reach the level of the Empress, which is also followed by the High Priestess. It is going in and doing that inner work. You just have to make that choice. You have to make that choice. Oh, wrong one. Oh, excuse me. Oh, if that didn't solidify, I need to let go of that. Okay, moving on. Let us go with the Mighty Fates. Mighty Fates, what lesson do you have to include in this reading? Mighty Fates, please share your wisdom. Give us a lesson that those watching need to learn. So, here we go. The Creator. Oh, and another wand. And another one. The Creator. There's a lot of passion in here. So much. What does the Creator have to tell us? The Creator states, Creator finds us when we need to move the raw and pure energy in our body and allow it to physically manifest. To be with creation is to simply interpret that which is already within us. Kind of makes sense that the High Priestess is here. There are no rules for creation. This card may also indicate a time where you need to protect your creative work. Think of ideas, inspiration, and creativity as a seed that needs adequate attention, nurturing, and protection. If you have an idea or are working on something, you're encouraged to keep the energy close to you. Nurture the seed, protect it, and keep it within your personal container. Do not scatter or share sacred creative energy with others until you know it is the right time. The balanced creator has lots of energy and finds inspiration easily. Others may perceive them as always moving to new things, but in reality, they are grounded enough to show up to one idea in order for it to manifest. They also have a playful disposition and are skilled at turning challenges into opportunities to problem solve, as opposed to allowing themselves to get defeated. There is a flexibility and fluidity inherent in Creator, which is electric and can serve as a catalyst for others to tap into their own wells of inspiration. This helps to reinforce the choose what you need to say versus what you want to say. Sometimes we want to share all this information. We want to share all these things with people because we're so passionate and excited about them, but it might hinder us. It might cause someone to either steal your idea or someone to shut you down and block you with negativity, negative thoughts. It might be something that someone might want to steal, you know. So just be mindful of what you're saying right now. As a Page of Swords, be very careful with what you want to say. Choose to say what you just need to say and not everything that you want to say. Animal spirit guides, what messages do you have to share with our watchers at this time? We have the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. I've not read this one, you know. It's always lovely to have a brand new spirit visitor. Nightingale spirit. In the darkness of night, Nightingale spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn, to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved, and the illumination song of the Nightingale spirit calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exists everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space and darkness and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the Nightingale's song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. The darker the skies, the more it seems the dawn will never appear. But the Nightingale spirit is here to remind you that the sun will shine again. You will soon feel the love and notice the abundance that surrounds you. Sing now. Put some music on or simply sing in the empty space, for finding the light within and giving it voice will give rise to hope and help you begin to hear the call of another who, like you, was beginning to fear the light would never come. Bring the light into the darkness with love from within. Give it a voice and know that daybreak will be here soon. So resonates here with all the swords that we have. Swords signifies air. Air is what we use to speak, how we talk, how we live. Man, be mindful of all the swords. Be mindful of the things you need to say as opposed to what you want to say. I sincerely hope this message helps. Wear red, and I'll see you guys next time.